Okay, this is how I set it up for temporarily. I took my tape measure and I made 32 and 32 so that in between is about 36 because of the overlap. And I've got those on, and I fixed this one over here. I put a little half gallon. I checked, make sure there was a bubbler there. I took this sprayer off, rerouted, put a 1 gallon bubbler there, put a 1 gallon bubbler there, made sure there was one over there, and what else did I do? I fixed a sprayer over here that was leaking because the end of that was broken, and I'll show you over that in a minute, okay? But I'm going to turn the water on now. We're going to see if we can't get this right. Victory. Ah, that's more like it. Okay. And I can adjust these high or low a little bit. I'm getting total coverage now. So I'm glad I went the extra mile. And when I poke those down in there, I'll readjust as needed. And I can cut the pipe a little bit shorter. You know, I don't want to just dig it like where it is so that it encroaches into the little vegetable garden. Okay, gonna try to keep it off to the sides. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm looking at the half gallon. Oh, I was wondering about that. That was the bubbler that was existing, and I'm going to poke it up there and see it's just spraying out. I'll have to put a 1 gallon bubbler there. Looking at my little repair over there, looks good. I'm looking at this over here, and I'm seeing a little drip right there from this one. That's the old one, and I don't mind one little drip because then there'll be a little bit of water here for the roots. I'm not going to mess with that. And I'm gonna show you what's going on over here. I'm leaving that one where it is. I'm leaving the sprayer here. I wanted that sprayer. And what I really wanted to show you was this over here. It was just sprayed. And you see that? That is a bubbler where they poked it right into the line. I hate doing it that way. I'd rather come off of there with an elbow with a 1/4 inch tubing and the bubbler somewhere else. You know, up over here by the tree, let's say. They did another one over there. I'm gonna change these, and there were some big roots that were coming over this, and this one here, a big root was over in here, and I think that's what probably could have damaged that one. So I dug the roots out. Another reason why not to just poke them in, because, you know, if you want to put bark there, now you got the bubblers. You got the bubblers below the line, and I don't want them to get clogged up. I like to have those up out of the landscaped area, up out of the rocks, up out of the bark. She's going to end up putting probably 3 inches of bark in here, so I don't want to cover that up. In fact, I didn't even know those were there. That one was working fine, and if it's underneath the bark, and if it's working fine, but you don't know if it's working or not, do you? As far as I know, I don't know if there's any more in there next to this tree. And when I look at this one, how they had it from before, see, they're not even hardly watering that tree other than that. And so ultimately, it would be nice to come off of there with a 2 gallon bubbler, off of there with a 2 gallon bubbler, put the coupling, put a 1/4 inch tubing, have it looped up, and then looped up like that to allow for the bark. Okay, so I'm going to replace that one. I'm going to put a coupling, 1/4 inch tubing, and a 2-gallon bubbler for that, and I'll probably drape it around, put it right here. Take that other one, a longer tube there, drape it around over there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a 1-gallon or a 2-gallon. I'm going to be safe and replace it with a 2-gallon, but I'm going to save that one. I'm going to throw that one away. Okay. See, that's how you do things. Now I'm gonna look over here. See, these can be changed to bubblers. They're not really affecting the water pressure per se. I've got plenty of water over there now. And I look over here. See, all of these are eventually going to be changed to bubblers. I don't have to do it now. Okay. I do have to fix this one here. See how it's spraying straight up? And because the water valves are coming from right over there, I know the water's coming this direction for this whole drip irrigation over here. So that tells me if I fix this one, I'm gonna end up putting a bubbler there. Okay, I fix that with the bubbler. That's going to only increase the water pressure over that way. You see what I mean? And so that's what I'm gonna do there. Okay, so I know when I turn the water off, I'm gonna have to do that one. And I'm gonna have to fix those two. Okay, I'm gonna fix those two. These I know I can just recut the pipes, get them lower, get them positioned. See, I wasn't quite sure if those were halves or if I had swapped one out for a 1/4. But don't you think that's going to look good for the little vegetable garden? Now, it's summer, so obviously nothing's going to be planted until for the winter crop or whatever the owner decides to do. Okay, and as for remaining parts, this is what I have here. I put a couple little sprayers in here. Here's some more stuff. And so, you know, when you get, see all those? When you get going, you'll find that you're going to have to replace things. And I'm going to save those in case she ever needs one in one particular location or something. It's always good to save the parts. And out of that 100-foot cable, man, I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough, and that's why I like to get a 100-foot cable instead of 50. See, it says 1/4 inch poly tubing in bulk, 100-foot coil. So don't just say, I'll just get the 50-foot coil. If you get 2 50s as opposed to 100, it's going to cost you more anyways. Plus, I'd just soon get the 100. Then you've got this for other repairs. I'll save these for other repairs and that kind of thing. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at this over here. There's a little bit of standing water there. I think that's from the sprinklers going on this morning. So I believe I can cover that all up too. Okay, be back in a jiff.